You have to make sure that the durability of your product is good, right? There are durability tests now. When we deal with factories, like here in Bangladesh, what I found personally from my experience, a lot of factories don't really understand what wool is. You'd be surprised. Do you think everybody understands what wool is? They don't. And they're very scared to deal with wool. One, a lot of people say, it's দাম বেশি, নিতে পারবো না, investment বেশি লাগে, risk বেশি. And a lot of other people will say that I don't know how to handle it. I don't have the technical know-how, right? For example, we find that in India, right, a lot of factories actually, and a lot of local brands are actually making performance wear with 100% merino wool, which is unheard of. When we think about wool, we think it's warm, it's itchy, it's for hot weather only. But the truth is that merino wool is a very versatile fabric. It's a very high quality, high-end fiber that we should be adopting. We should be trying to experiment with it in Bangladesh because our spinning industry is extremely cotton focused. I actually spoke about this yesterday at another event, and I was saying that there are only a handful of factories and spinning mills in Bangladesh who are now trying to experiment with incorporating wool into their offerings. They're working with wool cotton blends. A lot have been working with wool acrylic, and I was very surprised to find out that I think Reza Bhai from Amanat Shah, like they've actually done some developments with wool cashmere and lyocell, which is really premium, right? And now, how does this tie into sustainability and customers? You said all of this right at the start. EU policies are changing. It's not just the Green Deal. There are also product and packaging responsibility laws that are coming out where, correct, exactly. And you have to make sure that the durability of your product is good, right? There are durability tests now. So now when you're talking about durability, wool comes into play again. I understand you can have durability with polyester. Obviously, it never biodegrades, but that's not what we want. We want to be sustainable. We don't want to kill the planet by continuously using fossil fuel-based fibers. If we can adopt a natural option like wool, then we should. And ultimately, brands, we believe from our conversations from our European offices, are pushing for that. They are pushing designers, they are pushing manufacturers to start adopting more natural fibers. Right? So we can see that there's a shift in that trend, and I think in Bangladesh, given the fact that we are super cotton dominant, we need to try to experiment with more high-end fibers wherever possible to extract that additional value, right? To get in that margin so that, going back to Ehsan's point, he said something super critical. You need to make money first to get all of those really sexy machines, right? Like, your highly, water efficient machines, your solar panels, and all of your low-cost electricity machines, all of these things. Like it's not easy. These things cost money, and we have to extract value where we can. And I think that's where wool comes into play. I will quickly add on a little bit about technology. I think you asked about that as well. Now, this is not to do with my role at Woolmark, but I also consult with my consulting firm called ANA Global, and we work with a particular technology company called Shapeshifter, and what Shapeshifter does is it actually reduces the amount of fabric you use right at the onset, at the buy stage, right? It optimizes your marker making and your cut planning so that when you are getting that rating just from the pattern and the size gradation, at the very beginning, you're getting the correct rating, the most efficient rating to order the fabric in the first place. And scarily, I'm not sure if I should say this, but a lot of customers are actually starting to use Shapeshifter as well, which means that when they offer factories the ratings for a certain pattern or a garment, it's going to be pretty tight. And if the factory is then not using Shapeshifter, they tend to lose out.